if we're wanting to improve our army, the question is also when will our fleet improve? Because I think that as Russians, we will need. The thing is, with the fleet, it's going to be difficult because we're going to need like 3 different regions of them.
True. We're in the predicament of the real Russian Empire in that we need to have
4.
We need a Black Sea fleet, we need a Baltic Sea fleet, and we need Pacific Ocean fleet. But Pacific Ocean is kind of far away from now because we haven't even gotten Vladivostok yet. So we should probably. That's true. We should probably put Manchuria under our sphere so we could get something along those lines. I'm pretty sure there should be something like that. Also, we have. Manchuria, so we can increase the conscription level if we want.
Oh.
I don't know.
Why don't we?
I suppose we could. I mean, we'd click it if you want. Let's see. It should be something.
Is it a decision or no?
Yeah, it's a decision. It's not highlighted though, for some reason.
Yeah. Matters of state. Child labor.
Claim Uriankai. We need to have nationalism and imperialism owns Tomsk. Huh. Well, that's not exactly what I was referring to, but I'm going to put Manchuria under our sphere, or try. At least I'm pretty sure there's something along those lines. Maybe an event, maybe a decision, something like that. But yeah, the fleet, we need to... First of all, we kind of need to improve our navy technology for that, but we have so many more pressing matters that it's kind of in the back foot. Also, I noticed in my own playthrough that if you look into... Just pick a random nation that's not ours, and then go to Show Wars, in the Diplomacy tab.
Right.
And then when you see, you see ships and you see brigades and everything like that, you can see their army tech if you hold over them. So if you look over brigades, you can see army tech 6 out of 30, and ships, naval tech 5 out of 30. You see that?
Hang on. So I click on a country first.
Okay, so take for example, click on Prussia, then click on their flag to get into the diplomacy map mode.
Right.
Then go to Show Wars.
Yes.
And then you see under next to all their allied and protected by and truce with, you see the brigades and ships counter, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you hold over that, it will expand a bit with, like, if you hold over ships, it will say naval tech 5 out of 30.
Naval tech 5 out of 30.
And same thing with brigades, but for army tech.
I see.
So we can assess sort of how advanced the enemy is. I didn't realize that at all until very recently. It was a revelation to me.
So Prussia has 6 and 5. What do we have?
We have 5. 5 of 30. 5 out of 30 and 5 out of 30 in both.
Okay, so we're 1 tech behind, but that's surprisingly fine.
Yeah, well, they are more... Like, I think they start with more technology. At least they start with a lot more research points, so... We are gonna have to catch up. So how is the army building going? I mean, we had... Oh, we have an army already on our way. Yeah.
The United States of America. Okay.
What a joke. Let's see, is there anyone that... Oh, there's one guy who needs refilling. Okay, I'm gonna refill his...
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about refilling.
Is he a gas tank?
Yes. And let's see, he was artillery. Vilnius is Lithuanian now. He's gonna become Lithuanian. I mean, I used to have... Like, I want every single army to be without, an undermanned brigade. So I found one that was having an undermanned brigade, and I need to remove him immediately. It's not acceptable. Let's see, when is this Manchuria ready to increase opinion? Let's see, great power. Oh, we're discredited. Oh, that's what you meant with United States.
Yes.
Oh, I missed that. Well, United States will be a douchebag to deal with Manchuria. Also, like, all of Manchuria has 4.2 million people. And that's like a fourth of our... And Russia is famous for, having unlimited manpower. The Caucasian Rebellion again. The Caucasian imamate has declared war again. Just use that one army, so we... It's nearby.
Caucasian imamate.
Katarina down. You can stand there. We need to do something about the Caucasian imamate. It's getting annoying.
It's getting ridiculous.
Yes. And of course Hungary has no chance whatsoever, but we knew that. Especially since we're at war with them as well.
Damn, I mean, if Austria swallows Hungary, or at least takes a big chunk out of it, Austria will be really powerful.
Well, I mean, Austria started with Hungary in its fold, so... And they will annex all of Hungary. They will annex all. That's their war goal. And it won't fail.
Because you kind of expect them to not be able to have that or so I hope that they will eventually lose it, because otherwise we have like a even stronger neighbor than Prussia to deal with.
I don't know. Austria has its own problems, you know. Prussia at least has, what should I call it, less nationalities to deal with.
That's true.
As an Austrian veteran, Austria has a lot of issues to deal with.
Shameless plug for your Austria playthrough.
No, it's more like I'm establishing that I have the credentials because I'm an expert on the field. So.
It's a shameless plug, still.
No, it's not a shameless plug. Never.
So the question is, what can we do against Transcaucasia?
Well, we will take them out slowly, but it's more like we don't want to lose soldiers for something that's stupid. I mean, why would we throw... Like, it will take a while with just... Okay, so you put one army more, even though you weren't supposed to. Anyway, the war is almost done, so that's pretty good. I was thinking that the first army could take care of it on its own.
Yeah, but it's not like the others have anything better to do.
But it's more that I don't want to lose... I don't want to get undermanned brigades.
Oh... That's borderline.
No, I already see. Now there's already one undermanned brigade. Oh god, the world is not going the way
I think they will survive. Literally, that's what they won't do. But yeah.
Now 2 undermanned brigades. I'm gonna have to remodel this.
Yeah, but hang on, they will be
ship.
soon wiped out, so problem will be solved.
We just disband that entire army.
Damn, I mean, what is going on with this?
Well, you attacked. In mountains.
Yes, but it's mountains. They should be fine. It's just uphill. Just aim the guns a bit.
That's not possible. They can only shoot straight. Well, that's...
For fuck's sake. I can understand now the trouble in Chechnya.
Well, I can understand... Well, I should, take away military control. God damn it.
No,
just disband that entire army. Disband it. It's pointless now.
You have some OCD... compulsion about the I mean, it's an army, for God's sake.
Yes, it's an army, and I care about my soldiers.
So we're done. Is there anything we can do in this region to... I suppose we could increase the fort level a bit. That would be handy anyway.
Well, you wouldn't do... Where would you do that?
In North Caucasia.
But why? But they always, breaking free the entire area. So if we fortify that area, we'll just only take longer to siege it afterward.
Well, I guess that's logical, but yeah. It's good to have... I just want to have some kind of so the Ottoman Empire won't, if we come to a war with them, which we will at some point, so that they won't suddenly be we need to really sort of be prepared for invasions from all fronts, which is the difficult part of Russia as well, being so big.
True.
What's the next technology? What did we just research?
We researched functionalism.
Okay, so we're done in social thought for now. Maybe state and government?
Yeah, state and government would probably be pretty good. For another nice national focus.
Is it just me, or has the prestige gain in aesthetics increased? I think it used to be 5%, but now it's 7.5. Is that part of the mod?
Could be. Or could just be that you misremember.
I thought that the aesthetics was already sort of overpowered in terms of how much prestige you gained, but
Well, it depends on if you get it early or not. If you get it early, then you can get a nice chunk of prestige, but I mean, it has a specific use if you want to get a great power when you're, pretty close. Like Sweden, for example. If we grab all of them, or Denmark for that matter, if you grab all of them fast, you can become great power for a bit. But I mean, we don't, we're already at second place in prestige, so we're pretty fine.
which is strange because Russia usually doesn't have a ton of prestige.
Well, I mean, I think that Prussia will pass us pretty fast, or America. Well, both of them will. So we will fall a bit behind, but I mean, there's no way that we will be knocked out of great power status.
No.
So we don't really have any use for it.
I mean, our industry is 103rd.
Yeah.
Abysmal. If we just increased our industry, even by a little bit, then we would... Well, then again, I don't think we could overtake, for example, Prussia anyway.
No, but it would rely entirely on subsidies and wouldn't really... It would take away money from other fields, I suppose.
Maybe so. Prussia they're number 5 in army tech, which is surprising. But I think, how can the UK be number 1? I suppose the army is just basically... It should be divided into army and navy. Because, okay, the Brits would be...
Well, I mean, the Brits have 155 brigades. Give me a nation that has as many. Maybe the King Empire? Yeah, it has 209. Or however you say it.
America has 40. King. But it's such a cheat because they have India. I mean, yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but
Australia is vastly underpopulated.
Well, Australia hasn't really gotten their immigrants yet, so they don't have many people living there. But India is the main reason. There's so many soldiers there. That's also why, while Great Britain usually has a lot of soldiers, that, unless you get a land connection with India, like for example, we would be in the risk of, Britain just walking through the Middle East up into our nation.
Yeah, the various khanates.
But, I mean, for France, for example, they would only have to deal with actual British soldiers.
Yeah, France has it easy, although France have their Pondicherry in India, which we always love.
Pondicherry, yeah.
The little fraction of French resistance in India.
And Portugal has Goa. Which I like. I like Goa. That. And also, I like that Portugal has Macau in China.
Yeah.
Like remnants of the great Portuguese Empire, I suppose.
It's funny how, with the colors, how Hong Kong and Macau are red and green neighbors in a sea of yellow.
Yep. Oh god, we got a place in the sun. That gains us 21 prestige. Our nation is one of the most prestigious great powers on Earth. Yeah, that's right.
The Foreign Ministry reports from Buenos Aires that the dictatorship is not what it used to be. Shame.
It used to be better. Okay, I'm gonna increase speed a bit. Honestly, I want to see how it's going with Manchuria. It's going slow. Very slow. Surprisingly slow.
I'll have to admit that ever since watching Narcos, now I'm clicking around in Colombia to see if I can recognize... Yeah, there we have Medellin, and there we have Barranquilla.
Yeah, Medellin.
But I always found it... I mean, that's one of the things. I can't really pronounce that properly. Like, the American in the show, he pronounced it Medellin or something like that, but I'm not sure if that's really...
I can't remember how the Colombian characters pronounced it. If it was with the H sort of thing.
It's a very delicate pronunciation, I think.
There's something about Spanish and double L's that is confusing. Very confusing. Yeah. Okay, let's build another army. It's a favorite pastime. Let's see. I wonder if Putin has that same
Let's build another army. Yeah. I
Sign
saw
armies.
that the other day that he was. I mean, he's such a like rarity because he's one of those people who you read about like in history books or like in some obscure countries or some leaders are like what he's like. For example, I saw it on his birthday he played in a hockey game and it was just the most ridiculous thing because he scored 7 goals and it's like, does everyone like pass him then like Kim Jong-un and just like make him feel good about himself? I mean, what the fuck? And then he even got like a trophy for it afterwards. And it's like, how old are you? Are you 5? Or like, I realize that it's a fun thing to do, but getting a little trophy for it and like scoring 7 goals, it's just, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
he's a nerd. That's what I'm saying. He's a nerd.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with being a nerd.
It is in that way. Speaking of nerds, why is our fleet kind of half decimated? Did we do something
that would
to
probably
it?
be because it is not fully funded.
Strength 6%. I mean, does it even have sails then?
Maybe. Maybe.
It's just standing there. Or
But I mean, if we put it on full funding, we could do that, and it wouldn't really do much for our, wouldn't matter for our economy, really. But
yeah, but it's just interesting because some ships have a full 100%. So you'd think that or maybe the solution. Oh, trouble is brewing.
Oh well, we are interested.
Prussia. Okay.
So what is this for?
Damn, Austria.
Oh, Hungary. Oh shit. The Ottoman Empire jumps on it, and I'm not a big fan of that Austrian flag for some reason.
I have to say that I quite like the look of Persia at the moment as well. It looks so peaceful in the Middle East.
Yes. And it's called Persia. I like that.
Yes.
Persia is a good name. And I like the little figure on its whatever it is. I don't know.
The flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's...
Actually, yeah, I'm not sure about it. I think Austria's flag is alright. I just changed my mind. It's just a bit similar to the Russian flag right now. In the most biggest way possible. Okay, so everyone is jumping on Prussia's side. I think we should throw our weight on behind them as well.
Behind Prussia?
Yeah. Unless you want to go up against Prussia and United Kingdom.
No.
Plus, it will weaken Austria, so...
Yeah, Austria needs to be...
Then again, we kind of want them to be equal powers there. So this is pretty... Oh god, I got all of Croatia as well. Oh yeah!
Oh.
I'm pretty sure that Croatia was part of the Hungarian Kingdom or something like that. Oh. Montenegro. Add to sphere. Why the hell are we not...
So, damn. So basically, for losing the war, Hungary won.
Yes. I guess.
Which is interesting. But Austria looks terrible now. It's so stretched out.
Yeah, and it still has Slovakia and Galicia. It does, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. But it has Galicia and Lodomeria.
Oh, new research.
I think the question is biologism or not biologism. Because after biologism, we're pretty set when it comes to education efficiency and especially Darwinism. Because it's 50% plus. I voted. I voted.
Okay.
Now it's more because, I mean, if we have Darwinism, then we get 10% extra education efficiency from biologism, and then 50% on top of that from Darwinism.
That's true, and we do need to educate people.
That's why, when with Spain and stuff like that, I shut up so fast in literacy. It's my secret.
I mean, the thing with this game is that it's basically a propaganda tool for social democracy in a way, because it's basically, if you invest in your people's health and education and general well-being, then your country will prosper.
Yes.
And if you have high taxes as well, because you should always put your taxes like as high as they can go.
But isn't that? I mean, taxing the poor and not taxing the rich is also a pretty valid strategy, which is just capitalism all throughout. And that's not very social democracy. Is it? No.
I guess, but that's more an exception
Maybe.
than anything.
The Eastern Islands. We must claim the Eastern Islands, apparently. Well, let's
Manchuria.
Yeah, Manchuria. Colonial Russian Sakhalin. So we took part of the Sakhalin Islands from flu pandemic. I hate flu pandemics.
Yeah, they're not very nice.
Not really, no. Russify the Baltic states is a decision. But when can we do it? Officially recognize the CSA. Is it American Civil War? Already underway, and for some reason Michigan is part of the Confederate States.
The South will rise again, and the North.
Oh god, Michigan of all places.
What's this?
Oh well, the CSA has no ability to fight back. Okay, ooh, CSA, get money from us. Hey, take money.
I do love that they have
wait, something is happening.
Flag.
Yeah, they do. A civilized nation, democracy. There's some war going on. The Prussian-Austrian Brothers' War, and guess who will get pounded into the ground? Bye-bye, Austria. Bye-bye, Austria. We're pretty much set up for, a mega Germany to rise.
Mega Germany.
We don't want to let anyone pass through our nation. You don't need us anyway. Stop asking Castle.
Meanwhile, there's a very interesting war going on in South Africa.
Is it?
No, actually it's ended. Damn. It was Transvaal and some other countries.